Sometimes I text myself. Oh my gosh, this is so sad, but it sounds so sad saying it out loud. Welcome back to another one of my videos. So this video is not going to be about Portugal today. I do apologize. Yeah, I'm just going to take a little break with doing what is it like in Portugal videos and all these different things about Portugal. So this video is going to be about 5 tips for traveling with an imaginary partner, especially if you're traveling solo. Like, you got to get creative these days because people are evil. Well, actually majority of the people are good. From my experience, majority of people are good, but there are a few people out there that you just have to be like super careful about, especially if you're solo traveling, especially if you're solo traveling as a woman as well. And not to leave my guys out, because even if you're solo traveling as a guy, there are some instances that you can face that are super uncomfortable for you, whether that is imposed by a woman or a man. The first one is to create a persona. Pick a name, pick an age, pick some characteristics of this imaginary partner, because when you are gonna be called upon okay, that didn't come out right, when you're gonna be in an instance where you're going to have to pretend like you're meeting this imaginary boyfriend, yeah, you want to have an idea of this imaginary partner so that it flows from your head. So let's say his name is Bob. Bob is 29 and he is a self-taught carpenter that went to school for electrical plumbing, but he realized he had a passion for carpentry during his last year of electrical plumbing school. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, if you are in an instance and you're like, oh, I'm gonna meet my boyfriend Bob, I'm like, Bob, you don't have a boyfriend. Yeah, Bob, he is a carpenter who switched from electrical plumbing. What do you mean I don't have a partner? Yeah, he's totally real. So yeah, anyways, as I said, that is like the first thing. Just create a general persona of kind of this imaginary partner that you want to continuously call upon, and kind of roll with that, and just have a general idea of the same characteristics that you're gonna call upon depending what the situation is. So that's the first one. The second thing is to avoid questions of like, can I get to know you? For me, solo traveling, especially solo traveling as a female, that is one of the most annoying, dreaded questions that I hate to get. Can I get to know you? Can we talk? Like that sort of vibe, like, no, Harry, I don't want to talk or get to know you because I have a boyfriend. Female, there's sometimes I experience where guys, if they're interested or whatever, it's like they kind of impose themselves, like, can I get to know you? Or for example, if I meet someone and we share numbers and they're messaging me like, can we talk? Can I get to know you? This is like the perfect time to just either say no. No is a perfectly good word as well. Or if you're someone that has a problem with saying no, it's deceiving, but just say like, I have a boyfriend and I'm not interested in that. Or you can ghost them. That's one option. I hate ghosting, so for me it would either be a no or I'm not interested or something like that. The third one is don't hesitate, and maybe this is not the third one, maybe the order is going to be kind of weird, but let's just say this is the third one. Don't hesitate to say that you have a partner waiting for you around the corner if you're in like a super awkward situation. Like, as I said, no is a perfectly fine word, but sometimes, I don't know, whatever the situation is, you just have to hop out of it just by saying, oh, you know, I have my boyfriend waiting for me around the corner. Yeah, my boyfriend Jake from State Farm. You don't know him? Yeah, he's waiting for me around the corner actually. Or he went to Burger King to get 2 burgers for us or something like that. Or when my boyfriend Jake from State Farm comes out of Burger King, I will be able to whatever or something like that. Or yeah, I can because I'm waiting for my boyfriend Jake from State Farm in Burger King to buy us 2 Whoppers so that we can get home. Something like that. Like I know I'm kind of adding some comedic essence to this, but the main idea for you, I would like for you to take the core of the message from this video. The next thing I would say, and this is something that I do sometimes a lot, it's okay to like fake call or fake text like your imaginary partner, or even that can be extended to your friends and family, like fake texting or fake calling them, because sometimes you're just not available. Like here for me, I'm living in a different time zone as my friends and family, so when I'm available, sometimes they're not available. So yeah, one advice I can give is, if you have WhatsApp, you can always save your number in your contacts and you can text yourself on WhatsApp. Like sometimes I text myself. Oh my god, this sounds so sad. Sometimes I text myself. Oh my gosh, this is so sad, but it sounds so sad saying it out loud. But yeah, sometimes I text myself on WhatsApp. Oh my god, like tears is flowing from my eyes because, oh my god, this is so funny. This is so funny, but yeah, sometimes I do text myself. I cannot say that with a straight face, but anyways, sometimes I text myself on WhatsApp. Like yeah, you can pretend that you yourself is your partner, and also, as I said, you can fake text, like you're fake texting your family. It's like texting yourself, and you can send a bunch of messages, and that is better than sending a ton of messages to one of your friends or family and they're not able to read it as yet. So sometimes I'll just text myself, text or something like that, and it does help. And even just having myself saved on WhatsApp and be able to text myself through there, I can also send reminders as well. So outside of the whole tips for traveling with an imaginary partner, is a perfect way to send yourself reminders. So the next thing of, like, I don't know if it goes hand in hand with traveling with an imaginary partner, but it's kind of like, yeah, kind of like avoid getting recklessly drunk or high. Just pretend that your imaginary boyfriend is like kind of on the sober side. And yeah, but anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm not a drinker or a smoker, but even then I wouldn't recommend you getting recklessly high and drunk if you're solo traveling alone. Even if you meet some great fantastic people on your trip and you're all solo travelers and it's just mad amazing, you still don't notice people. Like even if you vibe really well, I wouldn't suggest you get super drunk or super high like on any of your trips, because when you're high or drunk, it destabilizes how you normally process information and your situation. So you can unknowingly put yourself in a situation that may lead to a dangerous outcome. A lot of times it may not lead to that, but it's just a good decision not to do that. Yeah. And some other tips that I would add in is like be careful who you ask for help. For me, it's like when I'm asking for help from someone, as a female traveling, I ask both males and females. But I don't know if it's just me, but I look on the eyes. Like something about the eyes can kind of give off the vibe of someone a bit. I mean, a lot of things considered as well. But maybe, maybe Ted Bundy had kind eyes. Let's look up Ted Bundy. Scrap that. I just googled Ted Bundy again and just looked at photos of his eyes, and they were kind of kind. Not really. Like I personally wouldn't ask him for directions or help, because I know the story, but he does have like a sinister look on his face. But anyways, my main point was just be careful. Like be careful who you ask for help. Just overanalyze a person before you approach them. Like before I approach people for help or directions, as I'm walking towards them, I'm analyzing every single thing. Sometimes I will walk past them and just sort of look without them realizing that I'm just looking at them. Then I'll walk again. I'll kind of stand around near to them, pretend that I'm like on my phone, but I'm just observing them for a while before I go over over, before I go over and say, hi, good day, sir, or hi, good day, ma'am, I'm looking for this place, or I'm looking for help to find this, or something like that. The next thing, which I think could go like hand in hand also with like tips for traveling with an imaginary partner, is to walk with confidence. Walk like you are walking with like a 6-foot tall, good looking person. I'm joking, but yeah, walk with confidence. Like, one of the easy giveaways I could say is how you walk when you're in a new city. Like, outside of the context that there are some dangerous people in the society, it doesn't matter, but within the context that there are some dangerous people in the society who are predators, the best thing is to walk as if you know the place, as if you're not a tourist. It can be hard, especially with Google Maps. I've slipped up with that because sometimes I'm using Google Maps and based on what I see, I'm going this direction. And then I check it again and it's like I'm going in the wrong direction. That's one of the things that I hate, like going into one direction and then having to turn again and going to the next direction. And then I had an extremely weird experience, not weird, but extreme Google Map experience, where it's like I was going this direction and then it was wrong, then I went this direction and then I turned, so I was turning in like 5 minutes back this way, and easily people could have known or knew that I wasn't from there. Which, as I said, like in an ideal world it doesn't matter, but in a world that there's some people who are not good people, it does matter. So yeah, just walk with confidence so you can basically try to blend in as much as possible for your own safety and the safety of your imaginary boyfriend, Jake from State Farm. Yeah. The next one is to trust your intuition, and I guess trusting your intuition could kind of go in a way like if you're walking alone and you kind of get the vibe like you're not supposed to be there. Just kind of think about if you're walking with your mom, or if you're walking with your sister, or if you had a partner and you're walking with them, would they feel comfortable if you guys were going down this street, or going into this place, or going out at this time, or hanging out with this person, or going into someone's home? Just try to imagine if you're there with someone else and kind of make like a combined analysis of your intuition and your guts at the moment, and also your imaginary partner's guts at the moment. Or as I said, like imagine you're walking with your sister or your mom, how comfortable would they feel in that moment? And trusting your guts has been one of the most helpful thing for me, especially with directions. It's like, even if I've never been to a country or a place and I'm walking to find a destination, and as I said, I've never been there, if I'm walking the wrong way, there is this super strong intuition and feeling that I'm going the wrong way. And 99% of the time I'm right. Every time I get this feeling that I'm going the wrong way and I continue down that way, it's wrong, even if I've never been to the place or the country. So trust your intuition, and that comes as well with interacting with people and also interacting in certain places and stuff like that. And the last tip that I'll add, that I don't know if it goes hand in hand with traveling with an imaginary partner, is whenever you're meeting up with someone new, especially if you've never met them in person before, which happens a lot as a traveler. Sometimes you use certain apps like couchsurfing, or you meet people through Facebook groups or through something like that. If you can, definitely try to choose the meeting place, even if you can't choose the meeting time. And if you cannot choose the meeting place, if you're gonna meet someone, definitely go there early so you can, one, scope the place out, or you can also scope the person out so you can watch them for like 3 minutes or 2 minutes before you actually approach them. It might seem weird, I know, but I think it's a very safe way, because for example, if you're meeting someone that you only met on the net online and you're meeting them in person, maybe just by observing them for 3 minutes you might get some red flags like popping up in your head that maybe this wasn't a good idea. And that is if you are unable to choose the place for the meeting point. And if you have any opportunity to choose the meeting point when you're meeting people on your solo traveling trip, it would be great if you can choose a meeting point, because choosing a meeting point, you know that place, you know the area of that place, you know where you can find help in that area. You may it may be near to a cafe that you frequent often, so maybe an employee there knows you, so if you have to ask for help, there's someone that is somewhat acquainted with you, and it does help than going into a strange place alone. And yeah, so yeah, and I think that's it for like a few
Mm-hmm.